Hello, welcome to Rich's, I forget what I called it now, Richard's Pet Store this morning. So we're going to be setting up a little curbside pet store app. The idea is that essential workers are at a bit of a handicap because they're coming home tired maybe. They need to get something for the pet. I guess they'll go to the grocery store because it's easier. There's less friction. So the way a pet store can get back in there is by, of course, offering superior products, but also offering a convenient curbside pickup option. So that's what we're trying to do here. I made a little bit of a sign that hopefully tells you something about this. Here it is. So I made it as a Google Doc. I think you also want to make it as a Google Doc. And there's a couple reasons that I think you want to make it as a Google Doc. The one, though, is because Google Doc lets you file, download as PDF, and it also lets you file, download as HTML zipped. So I made my Google Doc, downloaded it as HTML zipped, and just pasted it right into my my page that I have for giving the user help on their phone. All right, so the idea is then that I text meow or woof to 519-111-111, fake number, as you probably gathered, and they can choose from these items. So let's just give it a little bit of a smoke test. I've committed this as a Git repository, so I'll show you where the Git repository is in a minute. So I would do, if I was downloading from scratch, actually maybe I will download from scratch. I'll do File, Open Folder, 308, I'll make a new folder here. March 9th, oh, it's March 10th now. Okay, we'll create that. Click OK here. So that brings me into a nice blank folder. And this is the repository I've set up. So it's rhildred pet store bot, github.com/rhildred pet store bot. So I'll click the easy button here. There. Back into VS Code. Open a terminal window, type in git clone that'll get me my code. I need to do npm install, and then npm start. Now you'll notice that I didn't put in a PayPal ID, so there's no PayPal integration here. They're going to pay at the debit machine when you bring their order out to them. You're going to bring the debit machine out to them, and they're going to pay. Hopefully they'll be close enough for Wi-Fi. Never considered that, but maybe you have a debit machine, or maybe you use Square or something. I'm not sure. Square would probably work. All right, so I'm going to just get rid of this. There's a window. I hit clear. You don't have to refresh either because I don't have any message coming back out of band. So I'm going to type in. You notice on the sign that I've got them typing in. Notice on the sign that I've got them starting by typing in meow or woof. Say whether it's a dog or a cat. I thought that was kind of fun. So I'm going to start with cat. So welcome to Richard's Pet Store. For lists of what you sell, tap. And I click on here. It takes me to the menu that I made in Google Docs. Okay, that's pretty pretty faithful rendition of that. Google Docs does a pretty good job. The one thing it doesn't have in it is it doesn't have a meta tag for mobile. At least I didn't think it did. So that'll be your responsibility to add a meta tag for mobile. So far we have this. So let's look for this in the code. So the first thing you'll see when we look at the code is that my file isn't about Shawarma anymore. It's lockdownessentials.js. So I had to start here and make some changes for Lockdown Essentials. So I called it Lockdown Essentials because you might want to have another topic other than a pet store. So this was the first thing I did, was I made a require here be a bit different. And then the second thing I did was down here, the app post, line 63. I guess you'll have the same line numbers as me. I changed this to be Lockdown Essentials. I guess if you start from this, that part will be already done for you. But those are the two changes I had to make. So here on line 14 and on line 63. Okay, so if we look in lockdownessentials.js, I made some changes here, quite a few changes. So I still had order state welcoming, and that's what we care about right now. But you'll see I set some fields a little bit differently. And then here's my order state welcoming. So I set it for food. I put the message. This I moved up in the example. So I copied this from the finished or the drinks page from the assignment 2. Here I test to see whether it's a dog or a cat. If they don't type either, I give them another prompt. They'll have already had this prompt, so they can also click on the price list at this point. Then I set the order state to food, and here I push the message that goes with that. So let's get some dry food for our kitty. Okay, so put in dry food. So here, if it's a cat, then I set the order or this current state to order state litter. Say, would you like kitty litter? Or if it's a dog, I jump right to, would you like a treat or a toy for your dog? And then I set the S food to be what was input if it isn't equal to no. Okay, so would I like kitty litter? Sure, I'd like kitty litter. Alright, so then the litter here, if it isn't no, I set this S litter to be organic kitty litter. Would you like a treat or toy for your kitty? Okay, I'm going to say toy. Okay, so thank you for your order of organic kitty litter and toy. Your total comes to $5.98. I'll text you from 519-222-2222, which is also a fake number, when your order is ready or if we have questions. Okay, so that's the order cycle complete. We'll just look at the code for this. So when we do extras here, it's just being added on. Then we start totaling up the order. That's what's happening here. Kitty litter, extras, and then this is the return menu. Now, I just want to take a look at this again. So up at the start here, I pumped out this message. That took me to here. The way I got that message in the code was by downloading the HTML from Google Docs and pasting the HTML in here. So it's a one-page HTML. It works for this. It's a bit long, but it is what it is. It was a lot simpler this way. As I mentioned, it doesn't take care of the meta tag for mobile. So you're going to need to edit that. You might not have to edit that much more. You can kind of get it the way you want it in Google Docs and edit it that way. But that's basically it. So you've already had the experience of zipping it up and handing it in. So what I suggest you do is that you just check your code against what I've done here. If you've already tackled the practice test, if you want to, you can use this to start with when you take the actual midterm on a different topic. I will structure the topic so that you can have the initial question, the meow, or if you have a cat, or woof if you have a dog. So it'll be something like that. It won't be exactly that same question, but the idea is that you can basically use the same structure. So I hope this helps. We'll see you later.